Their S4 on Queen of Pain, and finally Kuroki on the Rubik. Team quickly rushing into the lanes. Yeah, everyone to their own.
Battle.
Nothing particularly special. Shadow Fiend with a very greedy, no region, just 2 branches. Surprised to see that no one gives him even a tango. Or maybe they do? I don't know.
Maybe they're just a little late giving him the tango.
And HGT quickly rushing to that bottom lane, as Synderen and I will leave to our comfortable couch to watch the amazing Lumi and Winter cast HGT versus Secret. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Bruno. Quick question, Winter. When do you decide to go for the bottle rush build on Shadowfiend mid versus... And when you do that, you get the raises for 1 to guarantee the first 2 creeps and you get the bottle, or when you decide to go for a Wraith Band. Do you even go for the Wraith Band?
I think this matchup is because he wants to have raises at level 1 so he can take away the Flame Guard if necessary.
Okay.
If the Ember has Flame Guard at level 1. And if you want to go for that build, it's better that you want to rush a bottle because you're using your mana at level 1.
Okay. What about just against any other like melee mid?
It's really dependent on some players feel like it's better, it's more comfortable to have the Wraith Band to last hit. Some players, like maybe you will see maybe quite well they would take Raze at level 1 and go for the quick bottle. It really depends on what are their preferences and also the laning partner. Who are you laning against?
The room will help him to get his bottle almost instantaneously, so that's pretty good for him. Yeah, I guess Secret is looking to just get their early smokes off, right? Like you said, if you just shut down the Ember in the first 2 ganks, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, they'll be looking to get a few ganks before the Ember has level 6 and try to control the game. As I said, they don't really need to protect the Quap that much at bottom, so the Rubik and Chen are really free to help out the other lanes, especially the Broodmother's lane, so she can snowball off the lane, take the tier 1 very early on, and just control the enemy jungle with the Rubik and Chen sitting there with the Broodmother in the lane. Okay. That would be the ideal situation that Secret would be looking to achieve in the early game.
Now what about HGT? You don't expect to shut down the Brood a lot on the top lane? Because, just how hard to find her? What's your goal here for the 2 support? Are you just pulling for experience?
Yeah, mainly they want to get a lot of experience on the A. At the same time, they want to make sure that one of the supports constantly stand around maybe the high ground in the middle lane to spot out whether Secret is actually smoking over with the Chen and the Rubik with the creep, so that they would actually protect the Ember and stop what Secret wants to do, which is to get a couple of kills early. But even 1 would be suffice for Secret if they can get 1 kill on the Ember.
Okay. Well, no smoke just yet here, as both team support just kind of getting the levels, level 1 or 2. Nice little double stacking here, attempt from Chen to increase his jungle farm, but a ton of early game usage wards from HGT to try to block Puppy a bit.
Slowing down the Chen by quite a bit. He has 2 camps block off on the right side, and he dewarded the one on the left.
I mean, Chen could just, in theory, just go into the enemy jungle, right? There's really nobody that can stop him.
Yeah, but he needs to bring the Rubik along because like at this point IC is jungling, so there's an extra body on their side of the jungle. It's not so safe for the Rubik and Chen to just walk in and contact. They need to choose their timings well. 2-minute rune gonna spawn, Bench gonna get a bounty rune on top, that's a regen rune at bottom. Both of the teams see the regen rune, and here comes the Doom, gonna pick up the regeneration. And I think they would want to get at least 1 more level on the Rubik before they start moving. Probably gonna try a pull here. They spot the Doom coming in their jungle.
Yeah, and they can't really do much. Well, actually, Chen is gonna come around. Chen doesn't. He has a Centaur
Pop
creep.
is coming in with the Blink Poison though. This is dangerous for the Doom.
Kuroki's just baiting. He thinks that, oh, it's Chen. Is the Doom just dead? There's a little bit of nice body blocking. They're blocking for the Centaur. The lift is available.
He's dead.
Actually, the lift tossed back. The Centaur stomp a little bit off here, but the Pong right clicks. Kuroki's gonna draw the first blood, and actually that's kind of what he needs, right? He just wanted the quick level 3, like you said.
That was really risky by the Doom though. That was like something that you have to account that the Chen is nearby the jungle, and the Quap has blink, like the range of the blink, he can come from anywhere. That was such a risky play by the Doom.
Well, it didn't pay off there, and I guess you now just go back to jungle. Yeah, he is just walking to the top.
And Kuroki got a pull off here, has his boots, gonna regen up with the tangle, and I'm just looking at the Chen creeps at the moment. He has a Centaur and a Satyr. Not too bad creeps if they want to move around the map and try to make a gap happen. He even has the Dark Troll here to set up for the Storm from the Centaur.
Yeah, is he gonna be switching the creep? Just ditch the Satyr and
okay, there and just get the troll.
Yeah, Kuroki's not joining up with him yet. Is there any chance that he could solo gank the Ember Spirit? Maybe with Flame Guard on cooldown.
It's really difficult though. Like, how is the Chen gonna get close up for the creeps to actually
Radiant's top tower
get an initiation without the Rubik?
Arteezy is wrecking, is what I've heard. And on
attack.
the CS chart, he is showing that. Look at that, 20 CS lead. Didn't really watch how exactly this happened, but any guesses here, Winter? Just last hitting?
It's just from last hitting, and Ember doesn't really do well against range heroes that has very high right click damage, which Seraphine gets from the souls and maybe the first few waves as well. I didn't check if usually the AA, if you have an AA, like you want to go help your middle lane, maybe the AA didn't go help the Ember with the first wave. You give a chilling touch to the mid hero.
Oh, they used it on the bottom to fight for the first rune. So they had chilling touch and cooldown.
Comes the bench.
Well, they gotta get this kill, but but he's got the level 6 Requiem. The damage reduction's right there, and he's gonna go for a kill on Kaka. He will get one kill. He's looking to get the second kill. He's following up, looking for the raises. It will hit, but barely he doesn't get the kill. And Arteezy looking like a little bit like PIS, getting ganked and not caring about it at all.
Oh, that was a really good point in his ultimate at level 6.
Did he just level up and then just got it there?
I didn't pay attention, can't really say, but usually you don't have that. You would only have that in certain scenarios. That probably he just popped level 6 and just
leveled it there.
Leveled it there, yeah, when he needed. And here we go, Secret gonna take the tier 1 at bottom, gonna continuously pressure the tier 2 here.
I like the way they're pushing this. They're pushing without giving Doom too much experience. Obviously he's edging in, but they're trying to zone him out as best as can. What's your thought on, instead of focusing on the Ember mid, you just go hard on these towers?
Yeah, because HGT, again, they don't have much deep push right now before the slot reaches like high levels with the Zark pack, so everyone else can't really push the lane out quickly. So you can actually pressure the towers like what they're doing right now. It's just creating a lot of space. Like the Venge is forced to come over.
The Ember is forced to come over for a little bit.
The Brood will have a lot of space.
Oh, they see the Venge thanks to the high ground where they set. They got one kill, and Icy gotta be careful.
This is getting from bad to worse for HGT.
I mean, is HGT's gonna last 30 minutes given how this game's going?
It's really hard for them. They need to find a lot of farm on all their costs, and especially the Ember, which is losing the lane very heavily towards the Shadow Fiend right now. Shadow Fiend gets a double damage.
Oh my god, oh! I didn't think that Rage was gonna break the shield and kill, but that's exactly what happened. Arteezy is just running away with this game. He's actually gonna go for Aquila, it seems like.
Is under attack.
He has Bracer as well because of how much gold he has.
I guess the Bracers, you just get it just to tank up a little bit, but I don't think he even needs it, given how well he's doing. So, how much does ZSMJ need to do to kind of bring his team?
A lot, as usual.
Well, Icy is going to be in a lot of trouble on the bottom lane. Sonic Wave is not available, but they'll just right-click him now. There you go. Not the Requiem. He will die finally, and very important kill being picked up by Air. But I'm not sure how much that matters, but I think Brewmother dying top matters a lot more, especially ZSMJ getting the solo kill there.
Yeah, he was
not solo kill, the AA.
Trying to kill the AA as well, so he was diving them, but didn't really got to escape.
Okay, so the mid-game recovery for HGT is not all terrible, but they need more of this, right? And they need to dodge a couple ganks, because it seems like Puppey as well as Kuroki is looking to start picking up air kills here and there. S4 joining this fight as well.
Middle lane. Oh, this is really aggressive. He's gonna drop a net on give up the Sonic Wave as well.
I'm not gonna do too much. He does get the AA kill, but they're gonna lose S4. S4 blinks away barely with last health. Arteezy just waltzing in. He is, well, there's no Doom available. Arteezy's actually gonna just light the tower under 3 enemy heroes. I mean, he recognized there's no Doom. Magic Missile has already been used, so he's very comfortable.
And top lane, Slot goes for a Midas, like you said. He needs a lot of picking up to do. Needs to catch up, needs to carry his team. This is like, he has to do so much. He needs to defend the boot lane, he needs to help his team. Like, I'm not sure whether he can actually do so much in this game.
Yeah, and eventually you gotta imagine S4 is gonna start picking up orchids, and that's only gonna be, well, it's gonna be good at both against Ember and ZSMJ.
Well,
ZSMJ forced to use that Shadow Dance, and here comes Arteezy, hits one blind raise essentially. Oh, there's no more mana on ZSMJ. He scouted 2 raise, 3rd raise. Oh, he's gotta get the 3 mark.
Haste Rune as well on the quad.
Oh, Air's out of mana, but looks like they're gonna not chase him down here. Okay, they're gonna be. Yeah, right now Secret is just getting whatever they want, however they want it. 6,000 goal lead, 8 minutes in.
He's getting out of hand. This is like their plan. Or they need to win the lanes, and it's going on really smooth for them. Shadow Fiend destroying the Ember. That was like the lane that went the best for them. Like Root Mother as well at top of the network at 4th place right now.
So is this just mostly just the draft, or do you think maybe the individual skill as well? Because Air is generally a very good Ember player, right?
Usually they switch around in their team. Like Air sometimes plays the Ember. Usually ZSM. You see ZSM
top
playing the
tower
Ember a lot
has fallen.
in the team. Air usually plays like Panda, Tiny,
Okay,
and the Shadow Fiend.
so back to the draft then, because like you said, the Shadow Fiend versus Ember matchup was not really in the
Yeah, it
Ember
was
space.
not. Ember made losers to a lot of heroes. Like Shadow Fiend is like one of the heroes that when he doesn't do well in the first 2 waves, and it's gonna get really tough when the Shadow Fiend has high points in the race.
Yeah. And we're gonna start seeing some Yule's Requiem. Generally, you don't see Requiem even being cast till, you know,
Level
15
10.
minutes into the
level-
game.
You get it at level 9.
Yeah. But he's cast at least 2 to 3 so far. Zai gonna just get Hannah Midas because I guess why not? I think Orchid might be a good item to rush for, but when you could get Midas, just get Midas.
Depends on how the game goes in the next few minutes. If things keep going really well, you might consider you want to get like early Necrobook so you can finish the game very fast, very
Okay.
early. And again, HGT doesn't have much reason to Battle Free Ember Spirit not gonna come anytime soon. He's probably gonna have to make a Manta first because the co-op is gonna get a really quick Orchid. at this
Uh-oh.
phase.
Yeah, Pretty House dead. There you go. The spider's just chasing. Oh, he's actually gonna push it back. I'm surprised that he just pulled the spiders back because it's a pretty free commit, but he'll let the A live.
Like he couldn't see the rest of the heroes at that point, so he didn't want to go into it and
Well,
give up a kill.
He didn't have to chase himself, right? The spiders with the web maybe could have chased him. But
Yeah, the A didn't have boost, it was like
Yeah.
quite a certain kill.
meanwhile, Roshan is just being attempted by Team Secret, and they're pretty much getting it for free. Or they have the medallion push. Nice to see that Uppy's just gone for the medallion first instead of mech, which is pretty a normal first core item, but they're so far ahead. Maybe even lucky that they don't need the mech right now. They want to gank on Zai, but Zai with that movement speed, he can't go through trees anymore because he is dusted. But he just outruns everybody. Actually, Doom's gonna come off. Swap, Doom comes on, and Zai is gonna go down, but that's a lot of commitment. Actually, is he gonna live? Is he just running away? Dark Pack and jump. CSMJ makes up yet another billions, up to 1,000 gold, so maybe pick an item, but meanwhile, they're gonna take a ton of tier 2 tower damage in the mid lane.
And the bottom lane as well. S4 with the double damage tower by himself. It's a really good trade for them. Getting so much
Dire's
that
bottom
power
tower
damage done
has
to the tier 2
fallen.
mid, tier 2 bottom, and just losing a Brood there, where the enemy team had to commit so much resources. Especially the Doom using his ultimate as well for that kill.
So what's the most
Dire's
important
bottom
item
tower
for
is under attack.
HG to pick up in the next 5 minutes to get themselves some chance? Is it Slark's first mobility item, whether it's a Blink or a Shadow Blade?
It doesn't feel like they're gonna be able to fight so much, so he needs to find pickoffs. Like Blink Dagger would be the best that comes to my mind, so he can actually make openings for the Doom to come in. Cast the Doom on the Brood Mother. The Shadow Blade would also be a possible choice, but Blink seems like the more reliable one.
Okay, alright, so let me just theorycraft a little bit more. Let's just say he has a Blink now, okay? Because he definitely has to go to pick it up. Who can he actually solo kill? I don't think he killed the Brood, really.
Can't solo kill, but
Maybe-
he's gonna be the one stepping up for the team because Ember needs some time to catch up. He didn't have a good start in the laning phase, so he needs more time trying to catch up and trying to get his dominance and base boots.
Okay, so it's more like a threat of, there's a threat of Slark killing you, so that forces Secret to play a little bit more
Yeah,
defensively.
He already chose his item, so he's
Okay.
going for the Shadow Blade, which is like the same reasoning. It's just a different usage. You force the enemy supports to get sentries, and You have more attack speed, more carry potential later into the game.
Okay, Arteezy's got the Yule Scepter available. He's gonna pop it on Pretty, I think. He got the movement speed as well. No Yules being lifted. And let's just walk forward and start raising down some creeps. Yeah, also Kuroki's very close to his Blink Dagger Gold.
I don't have sentries here. Oh, the smoke.
Oh, immediately breaks.
They have no clue that he has the Shadow Blade.
Yeah. That was well, he hasn't revealed it
Yeah,
yet.
he hasn't revealed it. That's why they didn't know.
Dire's top
It's
tower
like
is
he's
under
revealing
attack.
to the spider now. They're pinging it out. In fact, there's a fight breaking on the Vengeful Sphere. Ice Blast is gonna come right in, and actually Ice Blast doing a ton of damage. Arteezy might die. He's trying to channel his Requiem. He won't get it off before actually dying. Oh, he's got Aegis Immortal, so he's not too afraid of anything. 2 for 2 trades so far, but good trades for HGT. They took the Aegis, they killed the Queen of Pain, only losing 2 supports. That's a pretty big win.
They're gonna take a lot of damage here as well on the turn 2.
Dire's top tower
I like what
is under attack.
ZSMJ is doing. Oh, never mind. I thought he was cutting off the creep wave before TPing back, but... Alright, he'll just TP back to base.
Things are getting a lot harder for them. Doom just got his Midas, so
Dire's middle
everyone
tower
needs time
is
to
under
farm. And
attack.
ZSMJ is the only one that has something to help his team set up kills on top lane. Ember, they're gonna hunt him down. They need the Rubik to live.
Uh-oh. Okay, does he have a remnant? Can you get out? Okay. I guess ZSMJ and a good Ice Blast could also do it, right? If you find a lone target, but at this
Dire's
point in the game,
top
Secret,
tower is under attack.
they could just group up a slide.
They can
Dire's
finish the game.
structures
Yeah,
are
so
fortified.
your Slark just does nothing at this point, right?
You have to just maybe he can only kill like the Rubik
Well,
easily.
he's coming in, he's trying to look for a pounce target, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under
you just can't do
attack.
anything. It's just a sad game to see how Slark is. So
Blue got that trouble, realizing they could end the game.
Yule Scepter picking him up, immediately Remnant back out. Tier 2 is going to get
Dire's
dropped.
top tower has fallen.
And what's stopping Secret from going to tier 3? A little bit of good split pushing on the bottom, I guess.
You just want to get all the upper tier, just to make sure that you go high ground with the maximum potential. You get all the towers. The mech is not completed yet on the Chen. That is like the next thing that I want to, and Orchid is soon for the Queen of Pain.
Okay. So, I mean, Winter, if you're competing in DAC, oh, hold that dot in S4, gonna blink away, nicely done. Hit disjoints here. And you see Secret running this exact same strat, right? Or a very similar playstyle where they just do a very early aggressive push. What's your priority in the drafting phase? Because I feel like teams are just having trouble right there.
I think the main thing is like you can't give them an off lane like Brood Mother. Like they had a chance to take it out after Secret opened the first 2 heroes, which is Chen and Shadow Fiend. You can't let them have Brood Mother because like only an off laner like Brood Mother can actually create so much problems around the map. If they have something else that doesn't make the supports have to
Dire's
commit in the
middle
lane,
tower
then
is under
this
attack.
wouldn't work so well.
So it's not even to say that you get a Brood, but I could counter you with a support Sanking. That's not the logic that
It's
will
just
work.
that it's so much trouble dealing with it. They don't have the appropriate heroes as well, and they don't have so much D-push. They need to rely on the slug, but the slug has to set up kills, so you can't
Right.
be at 2 places at once.
You're trying to do too much.
Yeah, you have to do too much as a slug this game. That's how I feel about it. Because the off-laner is something like a Brood, and only Brood does this thing to you.
Okay. And most teams have been banning out second phase
Most
ban.
of the teams have been
Yeah.
getting the Brood out in the second phase, but HGT didn't do that, and they are stuck in this predicament. Like, they are having just so much problems if you look at the map. They can't control the map. Every Secret is just farming their jungle, farming the enemy jungle with the Brood spiders, taking all your towers in Roshan, and they're going to knock on your high ground fairly soon.
Yeah, you can see that the SMJ is trying to go for the Brood kill. He's got a dust. But every time he's up there, Zai's just in patches of trees.
When he don't see the slug on the map, he just doesn't show himself in the lane. That's
Yeah.
about it. And Necrobook tree is just 1000 go away.
Double
That's gonna be the
damage.
timing where they want to push with the level 3 book, and mech is already completed. I think mech is already completed with that as well.
Yep. Just gearing up all the key items,
comes
and
the
right now,
smoke.
big smoke gang coming out from HGT. They gotta buy themselves some time. And whether they could even get that is...
Even the Chen kill, if you killed the Chen and his army, that would buy you at least 2 minutes before they can push again.
Oh, maybe they kill Wildkin? No? Yeah, they saw the smoke gang coming. Everybody just backed off the T2 towers. Kaka might actually... No. He doesn't get jumped. And all of this walking around is just not really progressing their own item as well.
Oh, Blink Doom. That was close. They had the Blink Doom.
Blink with the Ice Vortex might have set up a kill, but they didn't go for it. I think right now HGT feels like they're hesitating a lot as well. Yeah, like they see these momentary kill, for example the Blink on the clock, but they're just not taking it.
The Brood Mother's gonna scout things out. They have so much info right now, so much map control. The bench is gonna get face done. By the Spiderlings has to back off. You can see the map. Secret are just getting more of the map right now, using the resources better, farming the enemy jungle, farming their jungle, and making sure that HGT, the only stuff they can farm is the creeps that are pushing towards their towers.
And they're farming it under their tower, so they're missing it, you know, 1 or 2 here and there. So yeah, you said that, you know, ZSMJ has to do a lot, and he has the items to do it with. It's just, I think Secret has just been moving a lot smarter. They're avoiding him every single time.
Yeah, he goes for a gem as well. This is just how this is, and he even bought the gem himself. This is just how much he feels the pressure that he has to do so much. This was like the issue from the start of the game. He has to do so much, and you can only be at places like 1 place at a time. So it's just asking too much from him. Now he gets the gem. He realizes he needs to kill the Brood to stop the pressure coming up from the top lane.
Right.
And Brood has Necrobook 3, so at this point if he pounces on the Brood,
Brood might win that fight.
Yeah, he needs to focus on him.
Well, like the passive for the Brood just caused them to miss, right? Can you dark pack those?
Yeah, you can remove that.
Okay. And as ZSMJ checks left, Zai's already on the right, so it's just hard to find him.
He pops the Necrobook as well.
Okay, this could be a kill. You know, getting a kill on Zai, how long does that buy time-wise? At least a minute? Well, actually, it's Vengeful Spirit that might die eventually. And Vengeful Spirit, the Doom's trying to help out, and they are shooting to throw down all the spiders. That's at least like 200 gold worth of spiders as well. So that's a big win for HGT.
And the Necrobook as well didn't get to much use. That was a huge deal for HGT. They bought themselves some time, and time is the most important thing they need right now. Time to get gold, time to use their Midas, the Devour.
I mean,
there's so much catching up to do.
All of this is not stopping Arteezy from farming. S4 is still farming extremely well, but it just gives them a chance, HGT a chance to actually fight and farm. But Ember checking on its gold. Is he nearing towards that Battle Fury?
No, he went for the BKB first instead of the Manta that I was talking about. He needs some defensive item to make sure he doesn't get picked off easily by the Quap.
Okay. But it almost feels like if you go for the BKB, then you're just...
I don't think he has much choice though, because the Battle Fury takes too long. From how he started in the lane, and that will just give Secret so much opportunities to kill him. Like the window of opportunity will always be there for the Quap to solo kill him.
So basically he's saying, ZSMJ, please kill Zai 3 more times and give me a chance to farm for another set of item. And look at Zai, he's just being so annoying in these trees.
Yeah, he knows the stuff he's trying to hunt him. That's how they need to come back to the game.
But he's outside, and it looks like the Ice Blast's gonna come through, and that's gonna be another kill. They kill Zai again. ZSMJ has to find these kills, and he is finding them.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work for his team at the moment. Those kills were really important for them. It relieves a lot of pressure, and his team is able to move around more efficiently. And here comes Arteezy.
Yeah, he's got the Yule Scepter set up. Buys the Eagle Song. I think he has a complete butterfly.
They're gonna do the Rosh actually, but there's a remnant, there's an Ember remnant inside. So if they do it, it's gonna be seen by the enemy team. Maybe just get the tier 2 at middle lane first.
Yeah, I think so. Arteezy is just so farm right now. He could actually just solo Rosh, and maybe that's a play. But why even go for the risky thing when you could just get the tower for sure?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They need to blow the Doom. The Doom has to be on the Shadow Fiend or the Quap though, but they need to take out the Chen at the same time. So he can't send him back.
Well, I mean, sending the Blink Initiation, the Lift's gonna be falling off, and Ice is gonna get dropped back. No deal. The Swap's gonna come out, but the kill's gonna come through regardless. Ice Blast not getting too much. Arteezy taking a little bit of damage. I think forcing the Chen to send the Shadow Fiend back is not all too terrible, because at least he's out of the fight for 20 seconds maybe. But that didn't even happen, so they'll get the Roshan for free. And they're buying back, they want to fight for this. I mean, Secret could just back off, right? They don't need to even commit.
They can take the Rosh really quick, and there's still no Venge.
Ooh. Here comes Kuroki, he's a lot of trouble. CSM dishing out a damage there. They get one kill, but they lose the Roshan. So the buyback not really helping out too much. Can they get a little bit more? Icy getting silenced up, he's taking a ton of damage. He doesn't have the BKB yet, and I think he might actually run out fine. Blink 4 for S4, another Scream's gonna do it. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, Zai is just pushing it in. That was essentially 4v5, and Secret got the Roche, forced out the buyback, and traded 1 for 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They only lost the Rubik as the price of that, and Doom had to buy back.
Yeah.
Here comes the Slug again. He's really trying very, very hard to just shut down this Broodmother.
SMJ knows what he needs to do. Is he gonna just start fight these? Look at this! well, he really wants these. Alright, okay. That's
the never-ending slide of this.
yeah. Oh. Oh, he didn't see him. Doesn't have to do. Man, Broodmother is just so annoying.
Yeah, they don't really have like Bad Rider or like Storm or Beastmaster. These are the usually more effective heroes at catching the Broodmother. Like they are hunting Broodmother with a Slug.
Dire's middle tower
You know,
is
to
under
ZSM's
attack.
credit, he's got 2 kills.
Dire's structures
Yeah,
are
but
fortified.
he took so much time. And they don't really have a choice. Every time against the Broodmother, you forced into this sort of situations.
Dire's
Air holding to
middle
his
tower
BKB,
has
but
fallen.
it's a Doom right now that doesn't have the BKB, especially after those buybacks. That buyback doesn't help him to finish his BKB. And the most important question right now is, can Secret finish the game in 30 minutes? And it doesn't seem like it. Because I think HGT could still defend for 5 to 10 minutes, depending how slow Secret takes this.
Yeah, but Secret is still farming the whole map.
Yeah.
Not in any hurry. They're getting better economically wise. They can even wait for the next Aegis again before they go high ground. They're just totally controlling. They're getting more income. And HGT are just waiting for the time where Secret pushes. They try and hold a defense, maybe use some buybacks, win a fight, then they are able to leave their base. Before that happens, they're just going to be confined to their base. They can't really leave.
Apart from the Slark.
Yeah, apart from the Slug. It's basically the Slug. And the Ember, because he has BKB, he's not worried about the pop silence too much.
Mid lane here. The initiation's gonna come through. Nice dodge here on air. And he has the haste, so he'll just run out. Yeah, like you said, only Air can poke his face in front of the tier 3s.
And one of them, like the Slug or the Ember, has to deal with the Broodmother Stain. And the other 3 heroes cannot leave the base.
Yeah. I guess Doom soon can. His BKB is almost there as well. Gotta be careful if you use the SMJ. Well, he has Shadow Blade, he has BKB, he should be fine. So, okay, if you're Secret and you force out BKB on either Ember or Slark, is that an opening to go high ground?
Yeah, maybe it depends on how confident they are and whether to have the Aegis. And the other thing that would change fairly soon is when S4 gets the side of Vice, that's when the Slug and the Ember, they have to think twice and be so much more careful when they are pushing up.
Yeah. Ooh, Satanic coming out here from Shadow Fiend straight up.
They're gonna push through.
Yeah, I think with the Satanic, he's just so tanky. He's got Aegis for like the next 90 seconds, I want to say, so a ton of time to start. And a double damage, okay.
It's actually going to be out soon, about a minute only left.
Yeah, so, well, with a double damage, you just gotta at least try, right? He's actually using the flutter to get there faster. Alright, here we go. Evasion not necessary.
Broodmother on top. This is just difficult times for HGT to defend.
Yep, Arteezy just walks on the high ground, starts tanking him, pops a Dual Scepter, but yeah, he's got Aegis, he just speeds things up. Ice Blast is gonna come in, Arteezy walks back out, and there's a sendback. There's a T1 tower so close that he could just TP and rejoin the fight. Well, there you go. He's not really healing much. Though he could just lifesteal off neutrals. Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking things very slowly, no risk, just doing a little chip damage here and there, focusing on just not diving too hard, because if you give away kills at this point, HGT are just going to be really happy. They're going to get so much because they're just waiting for Secret to make a mistake. That's their only opening to come back into the game. If Secret doesn't give it to them, plays everything really safe, and it's just like really hard for HGT to find an opening.
Yeah, and there's not like there's a boost out there that's dangerous. Oh, I thought Arteezy taking a ton of damage, but this is just regular lifesteal. It's not even a Satanic activation, and he's just tanking the time. Granted, he does have the, oh, there he goes, Satanic lifesteal off reach. Back to full health.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, top lane looks like, well, Broodmother died. I think Secret backs off here, right? Again, that's a slight opening that you just don't want to give.
Yeah, that was really good for HGT being able to remove the Broodmother from the play there. Even with the blink, he got caught out, but
Okay, Maelstrom.
Maelstrom on the Ember.
Just a quicker way to get some kind of
Damage item.
cleave effect, right, as well, to start defending.
Not exactly what you want to have at this point, but because of the game, how the game is progressing,
Right.
you want to have something. And the Battle Fury is just a lot harder to get. Maelstrom is much cheaper, gives you the damage, a little more proc, and you can push out and defend much better.
Well, unfortunately for me, I don't think Secret will finish this game one way or another in 30 minutes. They're taking it methodically, like Winter said, don't want to make any mistakes. I mean, Zai dying a couple of times, I wouldn't even call that too poor for Secret. Sure, it allows somebody to go out and farm the top lane, but it doesn't feel like Secret is going to lose this game because Zai died once or twice.
Yeah, they need to get more than that, but
Yeah.
however, every bit they can get right now, every little advantage they get, they're just gonna take it because they're just stuck in a very, very bad situation right now. Can't link the base, so the smoke gang here, if they can actually get the quad, this would be really huge.
Well, they got blinking to set things up if they want to see a bit. Nobody's really showing, and that tier 1 mid tower is still alive right now. It's just making it hard. I mean, ideally they want to roam past and go into the jungle, but they can't.
They're gonna run into Arteezy here.
Oh, they gotta chain stun him, like no questions asked, but or at least get the Doom on.
The ward actually saw the slot. Yeah.
Oh, Kaka's gonna try to initiate. Does he find Arteezy? No, he's actually Blink Doom. No, the Yule Sector's gonna be there. Ice Blast though. Doom is gonna be cast on Arteezy. Arteezy losing a ton of health. ZSMJ trying to get the right click, but the sendback is there. Zai gets one kill. Icy is gonna go down. Meanwhile, B-Baby needs to be used by ZSMJ just to run away. 2 dead, and that smoking has really backfired. ZSMJ's out of mana. He gets ensnared, and I think he might go down here, yeah.
The gem is gone as well.
Well, yeah. Gem or not, I think with that kill, they're gonna just go on Icon. Puppy trying to survive, and he will not actually great kill by air, and makes out alive, but just too little. Too little, too late.
Only one champ kill for that. Oh, this is gonna be a very tough defense for them. Maybe even forcing a buyback. That would be like the best thing they want to. Like if Secret can force a buyback on the slot.
Does he have the buyback? Oh, yes, he does. And Secret just immediately backs off.
Wait for Roche.
Radiant's
No
bottom
need to
tower
take
is
any
under
risk.
attack.
Secret is just playing this like I mean,
Very disciplined.
yeah, it's a $2 million tournament. Let's play like it. Yeah, just going from a Hellraiser game to a Vichy air quote throw game to this, like, I think this is what it's supposed to be.
A change of pace. Yeah.
Definitely not the crowd pleaser, but it's good Dota.
Yeah, they're just gonna farm until they get the next Roshan before they go high ground again. ZSMJ here, he's gonna see the Rubik here.
Big also.
They don't have a gem at the moment, so they won't be able to catch they have dust on A, but they won't be able to catch the Brood Mother at top anymore. With ease on all those really hard spots to find. And
It feels like dust is not enough. You just have to constantly have True Sight.
yeah, you need the gem to catch the Brood Mother. It's
Yeah.
just unnecessary.
Well, I think the gem was bought such a long time ago. In theory, they could buy another one, but it's more about like ZSMJ also need gold.
Yeah, they have another gem, but he was the one that bought the gem.
Yeah.
He needs to do so much.
Yeah. And he's been doing a lot. Like, I think ZSMJ has already fulfilled what he needed to do, but you know, you gotta ask Superman to do more.
No,
Dire's
he's gonna
bottom
get some
tower
backup
is
when the
under
Ember
attack.
finishes the Battle Fury. He has his Claymore, 1.2k gold, has the broadsword if he wants to. So they're getting there. Once the Ember has Battle Fury, that would change the face of the game a lot as well, because you can re-push much better. The Brood Mothers, Spiderlings and Echo Books would be less effective when the Battle Fury is there.
So, I mean, let's say Battle Fury is finished. ZSMJ don't ever have to go top again, right?
Yeah,
Because Ember could just...
somebody could actually deal with the lane anymore
Yeah.
already, and he can focus on doing other stuff.
Do you think he should go back to farming in that case? Because honestly, I don't think he's picking up anybody else.
He's still farming at the same time, but he doesn't have to be so many places at once. That's
Okay.
the thing. So he can be more focused on what he wants to do. Doesn't have to worry about the lane pushing top, which is like a constant annoying fact if you are trying to gank as a slug, and you need to keeping tabs on top lane because none of your teammates can actually deal with the Brood Mother.
Okay. Now, we keep praising out Secret is taking it very slowly. They're not letting HGT come back, at least from their mistakes. But at the same time, we're talking how important it is for Error to have the Battle Fury, and he's getting the time to farm the Battle Fury. Battle Fury and a Maelstrom too. Are they just maybe taking it too slowly? They had the Aegis previously.
I think it's understandable that they're waiting for the Aegis. It's just
Sean has fallen to the Radiant.
in a too rushy manner, then you will make mistakes. So the Ember is just going to get time to farm his Battlefield. I don't think you can really stop that. It's just about what are you going to get when the Ember gets the Battlefield. That's the main thing for Secret.
Well, what they're going to get is a Butterfly, Satanic.
Yes, the Hex
crits.
is coming. The Hex is the biggest deal for the Secret lineup. So they can actually find pickoffs.
SMJ is looking for more. He sees him. Zai's gonna get actually picked up here. Are they gonna doom him? They're gonna try to find Zai. Zai's running left, running right, and they actually miss the stomp. They see him in the trees though. They didn't even commit the doom. So pretty big kill again, and that's another 70-second block. The Secret will not push without fire.
Yeah, they have to start being really careful. The Slug and the Ember are getting really farmed. They're coming back into the game, and not to mention the Doom as well, having that Midas devour goal.
But look at Arteezy though.
Yeah, but there's a Doom. If you have one person that's so fast, but
that makes Doom better.
yeah, he just dooms you, and if you just are forced to send him back, like if they're pushing middle and he doesn't have boots of travel, it's gonna take him a while before he comes back in the fight. And after the Shadow Fiend gets sent back, you just can't fight after that.
Dire's top
You have
tower
to back
is
off.
under attack.
And Slug will be able to chase down your supports.
So HGT is actually having a much bigger chance than they had 15 minutes ago.
Because they were getting the kills on the Brood a few times. They got like 3 or 4 kills on the Brood Mother, which is just huge with the gem.
Okay, so what's the next step for HGT? You're saying that, you know, Battle Fury is the item that he needs. He's got it.
They just need to keep farming.
Keep farming and just wait for the secret push, right?
Keep getting items on their core. Like they have better cores in the late game, Slug, Ember, and Doom.
Yep.
The enemy team like Secret has Brood Mother, Swap, and Shadow Fiend. They are not so strong in the late game phase because like Doom just cancels out one hero, and it's gonna be a point where if he gets to the point, double Doom and Axe Hunter.
Well, we're really far from that.
It's far, but like you mentioned, how is Secret gonna push high ground right now with the Ember Battle Fury? It's gonna get difficult.
Well, there's a Granite Golem to help out now. Aghanim Scepter Chen is available.
Yeah, that's the Aegis on the Battlefield. It's gonna be one of the best times for them to push. If they don't get some racks at this push, it's gonna get super hard after this.
Well, let's see if HGT could compose himself. This is 3 games in a row where a team falls really far behind, but doesn't look like they're out of it, especially if they can make some good defense. Secret, obviously one of the most composed and arguably experienced team in the tournament, so let's see if they're gonna make any mistake trying to close the game out. Puppy? Because the SMJ thought about it, not gonna go. He's just baiting out the slot. He's just not afraid of the front line. He's gonna use himself up. He's got the Aegis support as well as the Satanic. He's not popping it just yet. They're slowly sieging on the range grab. They will get the range grabs with that fight. Blinks Doom. Is he? No, he can't Doom. And Satanic's gonna get activated. Arteezy back to the full health. Sonic Wave pierces through the BKB. They get the kill. And Arteezy on the front line. He just crits the bench now. ZSMJ dies in one. No, okay. He's just running next to ZSMJ. The buyback needs to be used. But damage has been done. The base has been breached. Arteezy triple kill. Beyond godlike, he's just walking in. 2 hits, haha. Yeah, or pretty ha, he's dead. Haha, it's okay too. And Air, he's trying to run away, but there's no running from it. There you go. Arteezy Rampage. Took a little bit longer, but Shadow Fiend gets his job done.
Oh, that was just a really tiny thing. They had everything they had for the push, and it was just difficult for HGT to get the right opening though. They tried to stomp with the Doom to start the fight, get a Doom off, but he just died by the way, didn't get anything done and had to buy back, but just didn't